Like the many stories before it, this story begins a long time ago. However, in November of 2022, this story takes a corrective pivot. The pivot is brought on by some curiosity and some luck. Or, as we will uncover shortly, this luck feels more like fate. It had been a long few weeks trekking the backcountry of the Khumbu region in Nepal. I remember sitting in a Nepalese tea house near the base of the famously majestic mountain, Dublin. I didn't know it at the time, but I'd aggravated an old knee injury earlier that day. My guide and I had been above 4,500 metres in elevation for over 2 weeks straight. We'd hit in excess of 5,000 metres multiple times as we travelled through some of the highest mountain passes in the world. However, I was not celebrating. I could barely put any weight on my left leg. My only way out was a 3-day hike away, not to mention I had a climbing guide booked for a 6,186,000 metre summit attempt the very next day. It wasn't looking good. I needed more time. I called to arrange for my guide to delay his arrival from a neighbouring village by 2 days, potentially giving my knee just enough time to recover. Whilst on the phone to my Nepalese agent, he told me to give it a go, and if I needed heli extraction the next day, he could arrange it through my travel insurance. The kicker? It had to be an emergency extraction, meaning I'd be taken directly from my location to Kathmandu airport by helicopter, then picked up by an ambulance to be taken to hospital. That meant wasting local emergency services on a sore knee. It just didn't feel right. Finally, after confirming it was possible to change the dates for my summit attempt, I began resting and icing my knee in a common room. The views were beautiful. It was December now, winter had begun, although the sun felt warm and there were no clouds to disturb the rich blue of the sky. On one of my trips past the collection of books left by other travellers, I saw a little red cover. It was in English, which made it one of few. It was titled The Alchemist. I'd never read The Alchemist, but I'd heard of it. It felt like the perfect book to read during the few days of rehabilitation I'd just negotiated. It had a touch of fate about it. If you've never read The Alchemist, it's about a boy, Santiago, who leaves his small village to travel the world to discover his destiny. He was in search of a hidden treasure he saw in a reoccurring dream. Along the way, he encounters various characters and has various experiences that shape his journey. One character he meets is the Alchemist. The Alchemist sparks Santiago's curiosity when describing the hidden powers of the universe, the importance of listening to your heart and having the courage to seek your soul's purpose. It was at that exact moment that it hit me like a ton of bricks. My own relationship with my heart and soul hardly existed. Throughout my 20s, I'd neglected my heart and soul. I was caught in the rat race. I identified mostly as my ego, to the point where my true wants and needs in life were a mystery, even to myself, therefore hindering any ability to make authentic decisions. My version of satisfaction or joy was artificial and short-lived, followed by the inevitable crash. I was too scared to live the life I wanted. And there I sat, in the most remote place I'd ever been. No roads, no cars, and no one coming to save me. And only due to my exact circumstances do I fumble my way across a book, a sentence, that changes my life forever. So, I know a few things now that I didn't back then. Vulnerability leads to connection, but that doesn't make it easy. Failure is scary, but always leads to growth. That the years go by quicker as time goes on, and that you'll never regret the risks you take when you're grey and old. I'm also doing a few things I was too scared to do back then too. My partner and I have been road tripping through the US on one of the trips of our lifetime. We have our trusty Toyota, hauling our RV dubbed Caravan Tonio, and a handful of possessions. After leaving the grind behind some months ago, I'm on a mission, similar to that of Santiago. I'm searching for my definition of what it is to live wildly, to live in a way that's free from what I thought I was supposed to do and full of what I love to do, to honour my existence as a gift, not a given. I have no idea where we will end up, but the universe has a plan. It always does. So stay tuned for a short video that should complete my Nepal story and give a little hint at what's to come.